All right, everybody, have an in-studio guest for you now, and it's a very special one because the Governor's Summer Youth Employment Program recently wrapped up and giving us a recap and telling all of you out there how you are going to get paid. All you youngsters, I know you've been asking that because I've been seeing it on Instagram. You guys have even been DMing us, if I can even say that, Melanie Brennan. Hafaday, welcome back.
Hafaday, thank you so much.
Well, easy for me to say. I'm just getting messages from eager kids. You as the head of the agency over there.
Oh yes, we've been getting calls from host agencies, from parents. So the Guam Summer Youth Employment Program's last check disbursement will be on August 5th, which is this Friday, aligned with the Government of Guam payday. And you will be able to pick up your check if you're a participant, if you're a guardian or a parent of the child of the participant. You can pick it up at our Cutton Resource Center, which is directly behind DYA, and from 8:30 to 7 o'clock on Friday. And then we also made it available on Saturday, August 6th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Oh, bless you, because there's going to be a lot of people. It's like, man, can I do this on Saturday?
Exactly.
And to be fair, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the process and everything like that. People just wanted to know, and for whatever reason, I guess because this is, for a lot of youngsters, this is their first job, and learning about payroll cycles and how these things come out. I mean, I remember my first job. I was delivering the old Guam Tribune, like way back, and I was like, okay, so do I get paid every time I do this? And I mean, it is part of the learning process, though. That is the point.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the learning process. Part of what we want them to understand, as they eventually will join the workforce, whether it's public service or, anywhere else. One of the big things that the kids were asking is, I thought we were getting paid $300 a week, but yet my paycheck for 2 weeks is only 500 some. So really talking to them and understanding, having them understand what deductions are and what taxes are, really is part of that learning process.
Oh, okay. Young kids out there, take it from me, all right? Because I'm old. The first time I went to the States, I think I had a $50 bill that I'd saved up from all my allowances and everything, and I went into KB Toy Store. Remember that?
Yes.
Heaven, right?
No tax.
Yeah. Well, no tax on Guam. I went in there and I was like, yeah, can I buy like 4 GI Joes? I was like, wait a minute. And then they were like, no, there's a tax thing, and I was like, oh, but again, it was an education for me, and hopefully for these young people, they're going to take this kind of empirical knowledge with them and bring this into their next phase of life.
Right. Again, the Governor's Summer Youth Employment Program was such an amazing success. It provided, it was a win-win situation where the host agencies got temporary workforce increases, right? And they were able to catch up with some of the stuff that probably were delayed during COVID. And then the kids themselves, the youth participants, got some career guidance, some educational guidance. They got real-world work experience. And so we're just incredibly grateful to everyone, the host agencies, the kids that participated, and their parents that transported them to and from work every day, as well as the administration for supporting the program, not for the original cap of 650, but for expanding it to over 1,300 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge. So
okay, and what was the scope of work that they did? Because I know a lot of people say, okay, first job or quasi internships and everything like that, you're running out to Winchell's and you're grabbing coffee and donuts for somebody.
Right.
But these kids were actually getting like a lot of hands-on administrative experience and watching tenured members of the public sector really run the government.
When we resurrected the program in 2021 last year, we wanted to give the kids purposeful internship experience, and we had a bunch of deliverables. But basically what we asked the host agencies to do is give them a glimpse of what it would be like to be, in agriculture, right? What it's like, what do some of the employees do? And so some of our kids at agriculture, they were planting plants, they were understanding the invasive species on Guam, the little fire ants. At the fire department, they were able to take a ride on the search and rescue boat. I mean, there are just like a multitude of things that we appreciate. So we actually asked the host agencies for position descriptions. And so they were like admin assistants, they were auxiliary workers, trades helper, those kinds of jobs with the experience that comes along with working in entry-level positions with the government.
What type of feedback, Melanie, have you gotten from the youngsters themselves and everything about what the program meant to them, how it's changed them, and what they now will pass to their peers and say this was a fantastic opportunity?
Well, of course, like I got to see firsthand what the youth participants at DYA experienced, and for them, I think initially, they came in not knowing each other. They developed a network within the other summer youth employment participants, but just understanding for them, they thought that the Department of Youth Affairs was, you know, a youth correctional facility where bad kids go. And they did not understand that we actually have resource centers where we try to push positive youth development, and we try to get community kids, you know, all the kids have access to the community resource centers. And so they had the opportunity to engage with summer camp participants as well.
I've heard it described like that, probably like very unfairly in this. Is it just DOC Junior? And not at all, because I mean, the agency is much broader than that.
That's exactly correct. And so part of our focus, really our mission, is to provide youth with positive youth development opportunities like the Governor's Summer Youth Employment Program. Because we really believe that in order for our community to thrive, we have to have families that thrive. In order to have families that thrive, we have to have children that thrive. And how they thrive is when they have access, equal access to opportunities and supportive programs like the Governor's Summer Youth Employment Program, like summer camps, right? That sometimes are out of reach kids that really don't have access to these programs. And so that's what we try to do. That's our main mission. We want to see a healthy and thriving community.
Now, what do you, as an agency head, and have you dialogued with your other administrators of the various departments and agencies in GovGuam, talked about, you know, what you learned from this and how you want to use this to structure future employment programs?
So yeah, so definitely, again, we just wrapped up on Friday, and so we didn't get to hire new staff to handle the payroll distribution. So my staff's like, you know, getting ready to do that, organizing the timesheets. Those had to come in, and again, I want to give really a shout out to the Department of Administration, taking on 1,303 employees and the Treasurer of Guam to produce all those checks, right, and sign all those checks, in addition to the regular GovGuam payroll. It has been really difficult. So I am meeting with host agencies. I have gotten some preliminary reports, and they're missing the kids already. They're missing the youth participants. They were an added manpower strength. And
that's enough, Maulik, to the T. We take care of our people. We get, you know, you're not just employee 00012. You know, I mean, you are someone that made a positive contribution. And we see some of the images right now, and like
yeah, some of the mayors have said that they've never seen their villages so clean, because the kids really took part and enjoyed island beautification, especially within their communities. So, you know, the Guam State Clearinghouse, those youth participants organized the island-wide beautification, the last project.
Yeah, the scope of these responsibilities that these images are conveying is, I mean, look at that. You've got like a kid with a full fire suit on there, and
CPR.
Okay, and CPR. Okay, and these are obviously skills that, you know, extend far beyond just this summer and programs. And, you know, I'm sure this young man is going to take this to his peers and say, you know, okay, I know how to do this now. This is potentially going to save someone's life.
Yes, it is, and also it's really going to determine for many kids what their career path is, and we're hoping to build their competencies as they enter GovGuam. And so, honestly, Jason, I could sit here with you all day, but the pictures convey so much more.
Well, you have done an absolutely fantastic job overseeing this program. I know it wasn't an easy thing just to put together, but, you know, hats off to you and your team for getting it done.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and just so people know, the next phase, right? I know you said you can't exactly bring everybody back right now because of that whole budget thing and everything, but for young people that are watching this interview and they're interested in getting involved, okay, and there is the information, thank you, Joe, sir, about how young people can pick up their checks. Once again, as Melanie said, it's at the Department of Youth Affairs Captain Youth Center. That's in Manilao. When should youngsters start getting either their paperwork or, you know, get ready and think about enrolling in this program for the next time?
Okay, so I would suggest that anybody who's interested and will be between the ages of 14 and 17 next summer, ensure that they have a valid photo ID and that they meet the age criteria, and wait for us. And normally we will, in May or June, we will announce what programs we will have.
Okay, so right around the time, like maybe midpoint through fourth quarter of the year. So.
Yep.
I mean, summertime is a great time to, you know, experience life, but it's also a great time to start developing some wonderful skills that will carry with you the rest of your life. And Melanie Brennan and your team have done an absolutely fantastic job to make that happen.
And thank you for always having us.
Oh, absolutely. And congratulations for such a wonderful success.
Thank you.
All right. So it is time for News Bites now as we bring you the latest happenings, promotions,